Hey, what's going on, family? Mid Morning Soul here, and I wanted to talk about ESA Summer 2019. Basically, this marathon happened around a week ago, and I wanted to give my thoughts and opinions, and also talk about some comparison notes to games done quickly, or really summer games done quickly. Yeah, I mean, I don't really upload regularly, but I'm trying to get to that sort of rhythm. It's just it takes me a while, especially if I have like a lot to say. And internet's kind of shaky, and that's a nice way of putting it. So I generally don't have the freedom to be able to upload regularly on a daily basis, but I try to. But this is going to be a lengthy video, and yeah, I just wanted to talk about ESA most recent marathon. Actually, ESA just finished hosting a marathon, like a weekend marathon for a Finnish speed running community, which is pretty awesome. I enjoyed myself. I watched a bit of it from time to time, and it's nice that these bigger channels give exposure to smaller communities, because hey, I wouldn't know about them otherwise. So ESA Summer 2019, let's talk about it. So it ran the second to last week of July, which all I can tell you is that my birthday was in the middle of it, so couldn't watch like one of the most highlighted thinking like this is a review, but one of the most like highlighted speed runs of the event. And yeah, let me talk about that later down the line. But overall, for those of you that are not familiar, ESA also runs a similar format to GDQ, and ESA has been looked at as more lenient when it comes to like chat activity and conduct with the speedrunners. They usually let the speedrunners swear, and it's not too big of an issue. Chat, it's non-subs and subs, but they still ask for subs just to help out with their donations and bits and tips. But the main thing with ESA is that it feels so much more organic, so much like a gaming, event, that you just can't help but like, yeah, you feel like, you watching a friend play. It's not a big production behind it. It's not too much. They're getting bigger though, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that, like GDQ, like I said in my video about GDQ, are they gonna lose their soul? Are they gonna lose, the purpose of doing events like this? Do you want to just garner a number, or do you want to kill two birds with one stone, have fun, and raise money for philanthropic purposes? GDQ, it feels like they only really care about getting the total higher and higher each event, which it is fine. It is a good goal. It's an admirable goal. But when you start doing stuff to sway and kind of make the runner and attendees feel like they're on pins and needles, like they have to watch their conduct and stuff, it kind of grows stale very quick. And I noticed with GDQ is that, like I said before, and I just said now, it's getting stale. But now we're going to talk about ESA now. ESA the beauty of ESA is they have like different little quirks about them that, you know, GDQ, I don't know if they're going to implement them. They really should, because one of them I actually talked about in the preceding video about like these speedrunning marathons. I talked about this and I was like, you know what? It would be nice if there was a ticker, like a legible ticker on the bottom of the layout or whatever that tells you the big donations, or not big donations, excuse me. They had a ticker for donations across the line, but I would really want them to have like a big incentive ticker. Like, okay, guys, next big game in order to elongate the event is here. If you want it to happen, gotta see that bar go red or something like that. Something of that effect. Like how some streamers do for like Bit Boss and Donation Boss or whatever. Something like that, you know. So we don't have to constantly hear from the host that, you know, guys, you gotta donate, you know. It takes away from the speed run, and it's like, well, you know, shoot, like I'd rather hear the game audio versus the live commentary, because the live commentary is becoming obnoxious. But with ESA, the host like rarely butts in. I mean, sometimes it would be a bit more aggressive, but they never like stepped out of bounds, because like I said, the speedrunner deserves the floor. If the speedrunner gives the okay, then you can go for it and do all the hawking and hooching you want to. Yeah, with ESA, with a lot of these runs, it felt all natural. Like I said, like it was like I was there and I was just watching somebody play. And I will admit, one of my favorite runs of the whole thing was the Nintendogs speedrun. First of all, I didn't even know you could speedrun Nintendogs. If anything, I would probably try to do that. I mean, if I had the patience, quote unquote. But I mean, along with Animal Crossing, like, speedrun would probably turn my love for those games into hate, because, you know, I'd be like, yeah, if I can't get the right RNG or whatever, I wouldn't bother with it anyway. So yeah, Nintendogs was a funny as hell speedrun. I was like laughing every 10 minutes because, you know, the runner and the dog that they chose, dog didn't want to listen. The dog was like, you know, doing its own tricks, and the runner was kind of getting a little peeved with the dog, but it was all in good fun. He managed to finish, I believe, underestimate. I could be wrong, but it was a very fun run. ESA has their own YouTube channel like GDQ. So any of the runs I mentioned, if you want to look at them for yourself, feel free, go ahead. I'll link ESA's YouTube in my description. And yeah, I mean, I totally laughed at that. And then Twitch chat made it funny. Twitch chat made that particular run, the Nintendogs run, funny. What else? So, okay, what ESA did right, I want to talk about this. So, with the donation ticker, like that would display people's names, that's a good thing. However, I would probably think that, you know, they would want their message displayed for those that care to have their message displayed, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, a ticker, like a live ticker, is a good thing. Another thing that ESA does right is they have 2 concurrent streams. I don't know if GDQ would do this because they're so set in their ways. as to they only have like the one giant stream. I guess they want like to make a choke point where everyone just views that one stream. But 2 streams means, okay, yeah, the divvied viewers, but it also means that more runs can get in. If one run is stale that's going on at that moment, well, the viewer can say, oh, let me go to GDQ2 and see, what's over there. Having 2 runs not only benefits the viewer base, but it also benefits the runners that wish to qualify for the show. And what ESA did for the second stream, I caught bits and pieces of the second stream. I totally hate that I had to leave during the Yakuza Kiwami speed run, because I heard that was a really good speed run, and I might check that out later. But basically, and this is another thing that ESA does right, their creativity was like over the moon. And I really hope GDQ kind of picks this up. They probably won't because GDQ is so freaking big. But ESA has this category. Yeah, I'm just I'm talking off the cuff. ESA has this category called $20% or $25%. It is so ingenious because that's how they get those donations. That's how they get them to pile up, because the category is so funny, and the basis of it is that a person donates money, 25 or more, 20 or more, and they request that the runner, the audience, host, whoever's in the venue, that they do something whatever the streamer wants. So they have people talking in another language, their native tongue. They'll have people dancing. They'll have people singing. They'll have people go to the other stream and like dance and stuff. They'll have the runners like switch hands. That was a funny one. So their dominant hand was like not on the keyboard, and it was like messing them up. I would strongly suggest though, because the Vice City run was fun, but then they had to cut it. They had to like cut the runners' participation so that the runners could finish on time. So that was kind of a letdown, but still it was understandable because, it could have been there all night. I don't know how the Kiwami run went in terms of runtime. I'm pretty sure he went over estimate, but that gentleman who ran the Kiwami run, he went to, he was the last stream of that day for stream 2. So stream 2 can end prematurely compared to stream 1. Stream 1's the dedicated 24/7 stream. But stream 2, it may be 24 hours, may not be. I think for the most part, it's not. But, yeah, they have a lot more liberty to work with 2 streams. So, what I want to say with that one. So, yeah, he might have taken all night. Good Lord, y'all. He might have taken all night, but since he was the last stream and nobody was behind him ready to start a run, it was fine, and they pretty much went in and let have. So, I'm definitely going to watch that one. It kind of sucks that I can't watch it with Twitch chat, because Twitch chat, y'all are everything. So yeah, $25%, $20% runs. And they did this last year. I remember catching it live with, not last year, y'all. For ESA Winter, they did this with the last run, which that made more sense. Unfortunately, with the Vice City run, they had to cut it short. Like, they could only make the audience and other people besides the runners do stuff, which kind of killed the fun. It killed the momentum. But yeah, ESA, if you're listening, put the $20, $25% runs at the last day for the last run. That way, you could definitely, y'all could just have fun, get it over with. Not get it over with, but have fun and no inhibitions of other runners. Y'all, that's a very creative way to get in donations. Of course, it's not anything that you can make them do, but it's like within reason for the most part. So, and that's fine because you don't want to them to break terms of service or whatever. So, yeah. So it is a any percent run, but it's like $25, $20 percent run. I'm so quick to say any percent. Another thing, y'all, ESA did right towards the finale pretty much is that they gave the speedrunners the floor. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but it's very important that a lot of people give the speedrunners, like, the host needs to chill out. They need to back off when the speedrunner is speedrunning the game. It was like I forget if Summer Games Done Quick did a Super Mario Sunshine run, but the one for ESA, even though it was a freaking long relay, it was still funny. I mean, I still enjoyed myself, but it just felt natural because, like, Fuzziness, I do watch his streams. Fuzziness was like, okay, yeah, we're good for some donations, go for it. Or, afterwards, they just give it right back to Fuzziness or whoever else is commentating. So, I mean, the relay run was very fun to watch. Oh, and they did break their last year, their highest total raised, which was awesome. Congrats to you guys at ESA. Thought that was pretty cool. I would love for them to break 6 figures. That would be so rad. And I mean, they got it in them. They can do it. Some folks ask questions about, like, well, why is this? Why is that? What? Okay, let me break it down. I mean, this is just from an outsider's point of view, but I mean, this is what makes the most sense. So some folks may ask, well, why can't ESA raise as much money as GDQ? Keep in mind that ESA doesn't have as many prizes donated to it as GDQ. That's one thing. Another thing is that ESA is after GDQ. So many of the folks that donated their money simply cannot for ESA, and that's a 2-week span too. Some people, like, put in thousands of dollars at GDQ, but they don't, ESA probably doesn't interest them, or they just don't care about, ESA, which is sad. So, yeah, the unfortunate fact that ESA happens after GDQ, I think, is the biggest one. But another pretty significant reason is that ESA doesn't really hold as many, like, eye-catching prizes as GDQ. So, the incentive to donate to try to win something, maybe a lot of people at GDQ think that it's like, that's pretty much one of the reasons, especially, like, their grand prize. So ESA's grand prize was just a Switch with a copy of Mario Maker, which is fine. That's pretty sweet. While GDQ has, like, a custom built PC, they have pretty much all of the current gen consoles. Trying to think of what is another grand prize they had. So you see, like, scale of grand prizes that, GDQ has an edge over ESA. But, I mean, ESA does feel like it's much more pleasant to watch versus GDQ. And I've seen like a good number of American support at ESA, which is awesome. I think that, it should continue on. Like, we should definitely help out our European fam because, the charities involved, it affects us as a global unit. So, definitely, I love the American support. Would I want to go over there? I mean, sure, why not? But, I mean, I don't think I'll have the luxury of any time soon going over there. But, yeah, who knows? Things can change. Okay, some bad points, though, also. Like, there were some yikes moments. Mainly, I don't even know if I should talk about this. But there were some moments like within the speedrun marathon and within Twitch chat, which of course, sometimes Twitch chat makes the event, but also sometimes Twitch chat makes the event go sour. And some folks would complain, like, if something was said out of pocket, some folks would complain, oh, mini GDQ, this is just like GDQ. It's like, no, y'all, like, come on, be more decent. This is a charity speedrun, and, you're gonna have to have some form of decorum. Like, I swear, some folks think that censorship within the realm of reason is like automatically bad. Like, I can't say, slur or whatever. I can't, yeah. I would have thought that we would have definitely, especially for the sake of raising money for a worthwhile cause, some people were like acting, silly. I'll just leave it at that. And yes, the moderation was justified. But other times, in regards to within the speedrunning event, I believe it was the RE4 speedrun. And yeah, that, I'm not sure what exactly set off the review community, the review committee to be like, we have taken, because they even took time out the marathon and they were like, we at the ESA committee do not tolerate certain behaviors that were exhibited by so-and-so party. Well, he didn't dead name anybody, but he's like, we will take actions accordingly and da-da-da-da-da-da. People, I mean, when that statement happened, when that announcement happened, chat went crazy, and a lot of bans happened because people were asking why, or they were trying to explain what happened. It's like you're trying to put out a flame, a small smoldering flame, and with gasoline when you're trying to like shut people up. It's not a good idea. You might as well just have the automated bots make a statement linking them to an outside link, and they can just view the statement from there and, quell the hype down. No, moderation just flat out banned people if they were asking, and That was silly. That I don't agree with. Just have the automated bot make a statement, have moderation, you know, and, you know, also say within that automated statement, hey, if it's discussed in the chat as of this moment, you will get a ban. Just say that. Don't flat out ban people. Tell them, give them a warning that we're not gonna drum up any hysteria. So yeah, that kind of was handled poorly, but I mean, the event still progressed as usual, and it was not a big deal, but you know, it was a big yikes. So I don't know if it was because of things that were said in that Resident Evil 4 run, or how Couch was kind of ribbing the dude. I think it was a combination of both. But I mean, there's a way to like comedically take shots at somebody and, you know, have it all in good fun. But yeah, it was a big yikes fest. I mean, if you want to watch that, I don't know if they'll have it, because those controversial speed runs, I'm willing to bet that they wouldn't really upload it, or I don't know, maybe they do. But if they did, it was the Resident Evil 4 speed run. Don't know the runner's name. I believe the parties involved like may have gotten suspended or whatever. Like they can't actively participate in future ESA assemblies for like a year or two or something like that. So yeah, but not really the way to handle that. And I will admit the moderation at that time was very, you know, it was too much, you know, too much sensitivity at that. Just make a statement for the bot, and you just say, if you continue to discuss it, we will time you out. And, you know, just time them out if they don't follow. But just automatically, if somebody asks the question, because it did get annoying too. Like, it got annoying to see every like other second, what happened? Oh my god, what happened? Ban. What happened? Oh my god, what happened? Ban. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, just make a statement and you deal with them afterwards, you know? I mean, but still, overall, ESA was a blast to watch. I mean, I didn't think I would. I was looking at the lineup, and I'm looking like, well, I mean, it's a lot of games I've never really watched the speed run of, so I'll, you know, check it out. Of course, I slept through a lot of them, so still don't know how those are, and you know, it is what it is. And of course, with 2 streams actively going on, like, you're not going to be able to watch all the runs. So I missed out on a couple of second stream runs that I really wanted to watch. But still, all in all, overly positive still. Couple of hiccups, and still ESA, I felt, did amazing this year. Congrats to y'all. It was like how a typical not so extra in production, but you know, just like an awesome time to just sit back, chill, and watch some good speedrunning content. I mean, there were some jokes that were being had. There were some times when the chat was being a little unsavory and moderation was needed, but there were some yikes moments. But overall, I mean, ESA, you did a bang up job. So, folks, that'll do it for this video, pretty much. ESA, European Speedrunners Assembly. If you don't know, their next event is winter, so that's next year, and definitely be tuning in for that. So, oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Also, excellent job with the Finnish speedrunning event that just happened not too long ago. I enjoyed myself. It's EVO already. I got to watch a little bit of day 1. Day 2, you know, I don't really watch too much of it because I was I'm really in it for tomorrow or day 3. Y'all know that's like the Super Bowl of the FGC in general. But there's also like these companies have their individualized tournaments, which is, you know, it's just how the trend is moving. So I don't really care for I mean, I will watch it if I catch it, but I don't really like care for it as much as I do like EVO or other generalized tournaments like Defend the North, CEO, what else? NorCal Regionals, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like Texas Showdown, that sort of deal. Yeah, I'm not really looking out for Capcom Pro Tour. What's the other one? Capcom Pro Tour, Arxis World Tour, Tekken World Tour, whatever, you know. So, I mean, I probably won't do a video on EVO. Unless, because y'all know tomorrow is also about the reveals. And some people have already let loose some of the reveals. There's some finals going on tonight. Beauty and kind of damnation of being an East Coaster is their tournaments start like way late in the night for us. It's just 3:30 in Las Vegas, while it's 6:30 here. So by the time like the finals are rolling around, it's gonna be like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. So I mean, I will try to watch the finals, but yeah, that's the one thing I hate about West Coast tourneys. They take so freaking long. And don't even get me started about like other tournaments, say in like Japan or something, because I beat them forgot they're like ahead of us a whole, well, I don't know about a whole day, but pretty much half a day. Like Australia. So yeah, it is what it is, y'all. So thank you very much for watching. There's just what my thoughts and opinions on ESA. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. So until then, y'all know my philosophy: do what you want to, view what you want to, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.